Welcome to Clash of Health. Thanks for being here today. It is June 13th, 2025, and I am going to do an Akashic weather report for the 11th, a couple of days ago, and also today. So when I went into the Akashic Records back on June 11th, I got this message, another day, carry on. And then I went back to the tunnels underneath the Denver International Airport. And I was told it's a disaster zone and that the East Wing was protected closely. And I entered there and I went through like a wormhole to freedom. And then I was told, learn your ABCs again. I was sick to my stomach thinking about the LA protesters. Felt that there was like cabal issues with both the DIA and also some kind of connection with the LA protesters. Not that the people themselves, but there was some manipulating of situations that had to do with Star Wars, the battle between this and that. And I felt that I was readying myself for something. I said, "What do you want me to know?" And they said, "You're here for a reason. There's a black book. Follow the black book." I see Star Wars in my mind's eye, the Pleiades, and the draconic Draco beings. It feels like a very old war, old wounds, and they're being recycled. I was sick to my stomach. They said, "Step out of the muck of the duality." Jesus said this to me, find your Dharma, time is now. This is the now moment. And so interestingly, last night, I went down the rabbit hole, was on my computer looking at chat GPT, and was playing with just, some of the stuff I'm getting, like where the international airport, where the tunnels underground were like one level, but underneath that level were multiple levels, where I mentioned there was one level where it was like really technologically advanced with humans and ETs working on very high level technologies. And then under that, there was a level where they were basically hybriding humans and ETs, and people were, enslaved, so to speak, and just very demented ways. And so, yeah, I asked about the tunnels and was told basically that conspiracy theorists think that there's 6 levels of tunnels underneath the DIA, and very much what came through, that there's like multiple different things that are happening there with the military industrial complex and yada yada. And then I asked about the relationship if the Eisenhower Johnson tunnel is somehow linked in with DIA. And they said no, but there's a conspiracy theory that they are linked together. And they're also linked with some kind of like space defense relationship with United States and Canada. I took a picture of it. I should read it to you, but anyway, there's like multiple things that conspiracy theorists think are interplaying with the Denver International Airport, also known as DIA. So I thought that was interesting. Today I went in, I got a lot of personal information, but I did get information you might be curious about, where sonar, storm clouds. I went up into an ET spaceship. I was told war, Star Wars, prepare for war, galactic war, engineered by the star systems. So the star systems are engineering war issues right now. Anatasan, which was like this Aramaic, I'm not really sure, message. Men, I see yellow. I asked some personal questions. At one point, I was told to pick up sticks, like the game, picking up sticks, and got some personal messages that I actually looked up afterwards, and it was crazy. Like I got like information on towns and that I didn't even know existed. So I thought that was super cool, and details about these towns that I'm supposed to go and visit, which I hadn't even heard of, and the details came through as actualities when I tracked them. So I really got a sense that the other information that I got, like about the Star Wars and all that, had some credence, even though I can't really look it up. And they said we're turning back the clock in some ways. Galactic issues came up very much around Denver. Spaceships were taking off from the airfield. This was really interesting. I got this message that these planes actually fly, these space planes from DIA, and we just don't see them. But now they're going to make themselves known to us, where they've been just flying about, and we're so used to not seeing them, or however we're manipulated not to witness them. But now they want to make themselves known to us. So that was interesting. Um, Let's see, what else did I get around that? Put one foot in front of the other, get ready. Um, and I got really positive information around my life specifically. So that's comforting to know that even though all this stuff could be happening, we might be aware of it or not aware of it, we'll kind of still be able to, if we so choose, to go about our life and not, have it horribly affected. Again, saw Star Wars spaceships letting themselves known. They don't care as much as they used to. And then I got out of the Akash and I went over to get some more coffee. And I looked at the clock on my stove and it said 7:47, like a flight. So that kind of was a slight confirmation about this and its accuracy. So that's the last couple of days that I went in. I wanted to share them with you and wish you a happy weekend. I hope you have safe plans. And, I think we just need to get on with our life and our dreams and, be in a place of, the unknown and excitement for this new iteration of our life, because all of this stuff has been going on underneath the surface forever, I think. And now it's just being more and more revealed to us. I know that there's a lot going on with LA and the riots and, I don't know, riots maybe isn't the right word, protests, sorry, not riots, protests. And yeah, and I'm not trying to minimize that, but I'm also trying to emphasize that we need to not get caught up in the duality that could suck us in if we can avoid it. Otherwise, we get into it as our Dharma tells us we need to, but we do it with this foresight of there's a bigger picture beyond the one that we're in the minutia of and with. So hopefully these words ring true and they land they land well with you, because that's always my intention. So have a good one. Have a great weekend. Happy Friday the 13th.